Hey, girl, hey, welcome back to Taste of Taylor. It's Thursday, which means we're in studio. We have our celebrity guests joining us for an interview. Joining me today, the kings of Watch What Crappens, Ben and Ronnie. Hey, boys, hey.
Hello.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
Guys,
What's
I'm so excited
up?
you're here. You are here in person, in the flesh for Watch What Crappens Golden Crappie Award Ceremony.
That is correct. And you will be a presenter at it.
Am surprise, surprise. Well, actually, this is coming out a week after. So by this point,
Yes.
we have all the results. We know all the winners. We have everything. But we're going to be, this is all before, okay? So this is all a
Yes.
surprise to me.
I know. Remember when Julia Roberts showed up? Oh,
It
what
was,
a
that was
surprise.
it was
amazing.
insane.
And we were like, we just don't have time for you. So sorry.
So first things first, this is like, you guys come on the podcast all the time. All the girlies know you. But we've never really discussed the Golden Crappies.
No.
So there might be people that don't even know what we're saying. So can you explain to the gals, what is a Golden Crappie?
Well, it's the most important award
I agree.
of the year.
Yep.
We have been giving it out since we started our podcast 13 years ago, and it's an award show to celebrate the best and the worst in the world of Bravo.
Yes.
And the world of Bravo has started to expand a little bit. It's sort of moved into Peacock. So we got like representation of The Traitors,
Yep.
Love Island USA. We
Yep.
also have Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which is Hulu.
I love, how do we decide to include that crew? And trust me, I am elated, but I
We-
just want to know.
We decide because we run out of shows sometimes to cover, or
Yes.
there's extra things we want to cover
Mhm.
that aren't Bravo. So we just include them.
I
Yeah.
love
It's
the
the world
addition.
of Bravo, but also the world of Crappens.
Yeah, and things that appeal to Bravo watchers.
It's so good. Okay, so lots of different shows to discuss. I actually have the
Yes.
categories, so we're going to go through every single one because I did it today. I actually submitted
good.
my votes.
Okay.
You know, this is like a dream for me. In all the years that we've done the Golden Crappies, we've never had like someone say, we want to sit down and go through every category and discuss. It's like literally making me so happy.
Oh, I'm so happy. It's so funny. So you've been doing it for 13 years?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
That's crazy.
How far have we come from year one to year now?
A lot of hair gone. A lot of hair gone.
Yes.
A lot of pounds up, down, up, down.
Yep,
I mean,
so
I
now
think
we're
I
back.
could.
We're all down.
Yeah, it's just like a
I've been
teenage.
going up lately.
Well, downish. I went down, but you know that medication stops working at some point. It's like, no, you can, you can learn to eat through that shit. I'm like, oh my God, I can't poop or breathe, but I'm gonna keep eating because that pizza looks amazing.
So with the Golden Crappies, the very first one that we did, well, we just had like a printout because it was all audio initially. We didn't
Right.
have like an actual in-person ceremony.
I
And
don't even think we did have a printout. I think we wrote them down on a piece of paper.
yeah, something.
And we were we weren't even together, and we would just rip a piece of paper as the envelope up,
We'd
which
say,
we
and
still do.
the
sometimes.
winner is, and we'd take the paper and we go into it, and we did that, and we continue to do it. Just when we at the live show, we will probably like open envelopes like right there into the mic because
I
it's like
love-
tradition. But yeah, it was very rinky dink.
When did you guys start doing them in person and like selling tickets?
Like 5 years in?
Yeah.
I think like 5 years in, something like that. So.
Yeah, I think around 2017 or so, we started doing them at the Improv in Hollywood. And so
Amazing.
the first one was like a room for like 70 people. Then we got to go into the main room and we had about like 200 people or something like that. That was the year we had Stassi and Ariana.
I'm dead. I didn't know Stassi was one of them. I did not know that.
Stassi,
Yeah.
Stassi and there's a picture of Stassi and Ariana sitting between the two of us at the
I think
Crappies.
Stassi and Kate Chastain got into a fight.
Yes,
Actually.
I think so.
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
one of them was talking and the other one didn't like it. I think Kate Chastain was talking.
Like Kate would be annoyed by someone else talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think Stassi would be annoyed if it wasn't her talking, you know?
I think it was actually the other way around. I think Kate may have been talking and Stassi got mad. I don't really
You know
remember.
what?
Yeah, I don't
she was
remember.
different
It was-
back then.
Whatever it was
We all were.
hilarious.
But it's also our show, so people come to just get messy. I mean, some of those shows, people are dragged out of there. There's, they'll barf or they'll be taken by the police,
You did not have a good show unless somebody puked, shat, or arrested themselves.
Yes, especially on stage. And
Yeah.
in 2020, we had one.
Who pooed on stage?
No, I'm just saying. It's something to dream for. But in 20,
We haven't gotten Ramona Singer yet. Ramona Singer was canceled before we could get her.
do you know Bronwyn Wyndham Burke from Orange County?
Yes, of course I do.
So she was on Orange County for 2 seasons, and she came to our show in 2020 in LA at the whatever theater it was.
Was she still on the show then?
She was. That was her first season, I think, or maybe it was her
second.
Way up. Oh, you're right. It was the second season.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
So she was on there and she was like wasted and she wound up yelling at the audience and she posted something like a week ago and she was like, guys,
No.
Today is my 5-year anniversary of being sober. I appeared at the Watch What Crappens, Golden Crappies Awards, and I was so drunk that like the next day I went to rehab.
No.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my God, you
I
guys
felt for her.
Oh,
and then she
wow.
apologized. I was like, never apologize to us for being drunk at a show. I mean, we
Ever.
encouraged it. We were probably putting it down her throat beforehand. No, we didn't know.
Well, what was also funny was that Tom and Ariana were there. And so was MJ from Traders and Shaw's Sons and some other people. And Bronwyn was like, I apologize to Ben and Ronnie and to Ariana and to MJ. She listed everyone except for Tom Sandoval. I thought that was so funny.
Wow, she was a woman ahead of her time.
Yeah.
She knew.
Yeah.
He was canceled after that.
No. I'm saying this was last week. She was like, I'm going to apologize to everyone but Sandoval. I was like, I appreciate that.
I was trying to uncross my legs because we're both, look at us. Like, we're ridiculous.
You guys are like the Bobbsey twins.
But I don't care. We're dressed the same on accident. Our legs are crossed the same way.
We woke up today and both chose brown for no good reason.
That's what's happened after 13 years.
I love it.
We just become each other.
Same person.
Becoming the same man.
So what Bravolebrities are going to be in attendance, aside from me, of course, this Golden Crappies?
Well, we can say now, right? Because it's after.
Well, unless they bail. Unless they bail the day.
They will notoriously bail. So I don't know if any of these people came, but let's, and if not, fuck you guys. Dorinda, no, not Dorinda. She came the last time.
Wait, but just do a Dorinda for me.
Yeah, you want to talk about it? Where's the Golden Crappie? Give me what was that nominated for?
Like you were at the Dorinda one.
Dorinda was there when I was there, and she is so rude to me.
She was.
She doesn't have. Well, okay, let me roll.
Well, she knows you though, right?
No, she doesn't know me. Let me calm down. She ignored me as she always does, but I've met her plenty of times. Like, bitch, register me already.
I don't think she knows because she did our show that night and we talked on the phone she talked on the phone a long time. I just listened like, wow, you know. And then I saw her at BravoCon. She kind of looked at me like, no, maybe no. So I don't blame her. She meets a lot, and especially gays. I think the gays kind of morph into one thing in people's mind, you know, because they're just like, oh my God, icon, and so they don't know what to do. You know, we confuse them.
My favorite thing is that Dorinda gave Ronnie a nickname because on Ronnie's email, if you get an email from like one of his accounts, then it just only shows up as RK instead of Ronnie Karam. And so
that was be manly somewhere.
Yeah, and so that was that was the email that she was receiving. So she kept on calling him RK all night.
I'm dead.
And then she was like, "Where's RK? Where's RK?" That's what I call him. RK. And I just love that Dorinda calls you RK. I don't know why it always cracks me up. RK.
So funny.
Well, I'm sorry that she was ignoring you because she was great to us.
Well, I'm so happy for you.
We loved her.
Well, she was also living the Dorinda life. I mean, when we got there, the little dressing rooms at that theater are curtains.
Yes.
You know, like in the H&M or whatever.
Yep.
And so I was walking back there and you just hear, shoom, and she like throws open the curtain and she's in glitter and she's like, hello, okay. So I think she was already dying when
She was. Okay, so who is coming this year?
Dolores from The Traders and Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Well, my girl's going to be there. She definitely knows me. I love Dolores.
We haven't met her in real life yet, so I'm really excited.
And The Traders is tonight, and oh God, I hope she's still alive.
Me too.
I hope she's alive by the time the crap is.
Yeah.
What's your voice for Dorinda?
Oh, they're probably
they're all the same.
Dolores.
Sorry.
No, ask us to do Lisa Vanderpump now.
You better watch.
Yeah, we just do that voice for everyone. No, Dolores is more like,
I forget.
You know what, Taylor? Thanks for having us on the show.
Mine. So you know what? I rode in the same car as this woman. I'm going to go home with this woman, no matter what she does tonight. We rode together.
We have Margaret Josephs.
Yay! Oh my gals!
We have fashionista available at Nordstrom Rack. Rebecca Minkoff is coming.
I just met her at a Page Six party, and she is a real one, you guys. You will love.
She has been amazing to us over email. Like coordinating with this, she's just been wonderful.
She's awesome.
I've made a lot of like, where's Shelly? You know, Scientologist comments on there, and she's still like hilarious.
Yeah.
Even like Rachel, you guys called her Rachel in a recent episode.
Yeah.
I mean, that was ultimately Jenna's fault, but
yeah. Patricia Altschul is coming. From Southern Charm.
No, I'm not okay. I've never met her. I am terrified.
Okay.
She's so funny.
I think
Don't be terrified. She's really yeah, she's really funny. I was gonna say, like, she's really nice. She is really nice, but she's not like, come here and hug mama. You know, she's not that kind of nice, but she's very, very funny.
Okay.
I think Kyle Cook is coming.
Oh, you guys don't know?
There's always one with you.
It's always Kyle.
There's always one with you that you're like,
do you and Kyle have an issue these days?
You know, I don't know. I don't know if it's one-sided, but if you know Kyle, nothing is one-sided. You know what I mean? If I have beef, he automatically has beef back. No, it definitely isn't one-sided. So he came on Taste of Taylor, years ago. So so I had beef with him because I was loyal to Stephen McGee, as we all were friendly with Stephen.
Of course.
So I'm a loyal bitch. So I was like, fuck Kyle, because Stephen said, fuck Kyle. So I said, fuck Kyle. Then I ran into him on Stone Street in Fidei, where I used to live.
Okay.
Him and Amanda were looking for a place.
okay.
And I was with Michelle Cheech, who was PR for Bravo.
Right.
They came over and said hi to Cheech. And then they're like, you. And Kyle goes, you're the girl that talks shit about us. And I went, busted. And so I said, I'm really sorry. It was for, Steven. We're not really friends anymore. So can I be forgiven? And he's like, of course. Comes on Taste of Taylor and he tells me that my show was the reason he had to come clean with Amanda for cheating on her.
Oh.
Because
What's a public service.
I know.
Yeah.
But he was like, it was all good. Like, he was really cool about it.
Yeah.
And then he was on Summer House with Hannah.
Yeah.
And again, I'm a loyal bitch, and we all know what he did to Hannah, or at least that's my POV. And so I said, fuck this guy again. And now it's done. Now it's done.
Wow.
So
He's very forgiving. Listen, he still talks to us, and we're monsters. Last year,
we're way worse than anything you could say.
yeah, that year,
That's so true.
last year when he got wasted and called Amanda a bitch, and then Carl was also being trashed. So we had them as, what did we have them, like trash bags being taken out, or we posted something where they were both trash being taken out, and he DM'd us like, am I the trash? And we were like, yeah.
Okay, maybe
Come on the show, come on the show.
Come on the show. You know what? He was at our very first ever live show here in New York City, and it was really fun. And he was like, I actually really enjoy Kyle. Sometimes he acts up on Summer House.
But
should I
he's nice.
grovel again?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do
Don't
it.
grovel.
No, don't
Just say hi.
grovel. Just
He's
laugh.
really nice. I
Laugh
think
at
he
him.
gets over stuff. He came to our first live show in New York. Him and Amanda and Steven.
And Christina Gibson.
Christina Blair
my
Gibson.
God.
That was back in the day. So
Back
they
in the
came to our
day.
first one here, and then we hung out with him all night and had a great time. And then we still trashed him, and he's still nice.
Listen, you're above pettiness with Kyle. So don't let it even bother you. Don't let it
Am I above any
Enjoy it.
pettiness?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the pettiness
whatever.
is still there. Just enjoy it.
Now,
It'll be glorious. Golden pettiness that night.
well, I was texting with you.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe Jessel. I was texting with you. I was like, maybe we should get Jessel.
Yes.
So I messaged her, and she was like, oh my God, that's so cool. I messaged her and Pavit. And then she was like, what day is it? And I gave her the date. And then she disappeared.
Oh, Jessel.
And then miraculously yesterday, she was like, wait, I'm trying to move things around to make it happen. Which means she probably still won't come. But like,
That would be fun if she
there is a
did.
Jessel play.
I'll text her and be like, see you Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll
Do it tomorrow, though, because on Watch What Happens Live, we were like, she's our favorite Real Housewives of New York.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you guys just did Watch What Happens
It's
Live,
airing
right?
tonight. Yes.
This isn't your first time on?
Our first time in
fourth.
person.
Shut
But
the
it's our
fuck
first time
up.
in person as bartenders.
How
Yeah.
was it?
So
It was
fun.
We just have to stand there. I could use some chairs, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be nice, like even like a high stool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was really nice to us, and we were there with Patricia and Austin, and we're really mean to Austin.
So how was
we drag
Austin?
him.
So
really
mean to Austin.
nice.
Isn't he great?
We are so, like, you don't understand
so
how
charming.
mean we are. Like, we are mean to him all the time. And then in real life, he was like, hey guys, what's going on? And he like didn't, he seemed totally unfazed. He didn't even care. And then it got to the point where like that night, because we were hanging out with him, and we could just like talk shit right to his face. He's like,
we even admitted that Muppet Mouth came from us, because you know how Madison called him Muppet Mouth and it stuck?
Yeah, we called him Fozzie Bear.
Yeah, and Ben used to call him Fozzie Bear because
Fozzie Bear.
I always said he was like watching like a kung fu movie where they're like doing the bad translations. Because
He's bad
he'll
dumbing
say
himself.
one thing, but then his mouth keeps moving. It looks like a bad
And
lip sync.
And you just like talk shit right to his face, and he just cracks up. He's like, I do that. I do that.
He doesn't care. And you know why?
Why?
Because there are lines of hot women.
You don't understand.
Literally everywhere he
Never
goes.
seen it.
Yeah.
We went into a restaurant, line of people. We went into, and they really just want to like hug him.
That's it.
And they're all hot.
Some
On
people
the
love
street.
him, but a lot just want a hug.
Have you?
Well, I mean, they're not asking for autographs or
Right.
anything like
Yeah.
that.
Just a pick.
Have you hung out with him before ever?
So, when we were on tour for Stassi's show, he and Craig joined us backstage and we had dinner after. So I got to really hang out with them. And I was like, and I've met Austin a couple times before at like a Hannah Berner comedy show.
Mhm.
But my God, I die for him. He really
He's
is
sweet.
charismatic. Like,
Yeah, I see it
how
now.
all the girls, I see how the threesome happened. I see how Madison happened. Like, you see it when you
Yeah.
see him. I have to say, your show really is a litmus test for the real ones versus like the bullshit, like sensitive babies.
Yes.
Because if a Bravolebrity can fuck with you guys, they
get
understand the
it.
assignment.
Yes.
Versus the ones who really like can't hack it. Do you know who can hack it?
Anyone who doesn't accept an invitation to the Golden Crappies, obviously.
I agree.
I mean, we're lucky in that people don't really confront us too much. And if they do, it's very lightly, like a light correction, because they know we're just going to go make fun of them. And I think that's worse than just being mean, because they know we're just going to go make fun of them. And no one likes that, but it's all in good fun.
Right.
No fun. But yeah, we've been pretty lucky with not getting yelled at.
I had a housewife DM me years ago. It was about something I said in a podcast. I was doing a news story about this housewife. I'm not going to say who it is because I don't want to get sued.
Okay.
Can you guess who it is?
Bryn?
No.
Wait, no, don't want to get sued. Was it Diana Jenkins?
No, okay, I'm doing a good job. Nope, no more guesses.
Okay.
Who is litigious?
No more guesses. So, but they DM'd me and it really, it shook me to my core. And I missed it. I didn't receive it. I was like T-Pain, like going through.
Meredith?
No. Okay,
Teresa?
good. No.
Caroline Manzo?
No. Wait, I'm giving them all away. Yes.
I can't even imagine
Fine, I'm gonna whisper to you, but we're going to edit it out.
Who else cares? Oh, I love that for her. I love that.
Legit, I was scared. But
I'm jealous, actually. How have I not been threatened by her?
Oh.
she was disappointed in me.
Oh, good.
That's like my
Well, take me to
dream.
court.
My dream would be to get that message from her. Like my dream.
I'm like, still have nightmares about it.
Who else? I think that's it for our celebrity guests, and the rest we have like content creators.
Yes.
So we have Kempire coming.
Amazing.
Cara Berry from Everybody's Business But My Own. Oh, we got Danny and Evan from Page Six.
I love.
Yeah, everyone who's coming.
We
is
have
really
Dylan
great.
from Betches.
Yay!
So it's gonna be a great mix of content creators, Bravolebrities, and we also have Daniel Reichardt, who is an original Jersey boy, and he will be performing a song.
Also, speaking of songs, are you performing? You guys always. The last time I went,
Possibly, Taylor, possibly.
You guys did it-
Working it out with the orchestra.
you guys did a musical number, and it was very, very good.
Yes.
I will say, so my wife famously does not watch Bravo. I just got her into Traders though, so it's been like
Good.
glorious.
Good.
Yeah.
But she had so much fun the last time we were there. And she was like, I only know about 50% of what's going on, but like I'm still dying for it. So you guys do a very good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That means a
I
lot.
love her. I love little.
Yeah, Taylor is amazing.
Okay, so let's get into the Golden Crappies.
Yes.
Okay.
So you guys have, what is it? I think it's 6. I don't have them numbered in front of me, but I have literally every single one.
Yeah, there's like 15 categories.
First of all, how do you guys come up with these categories and how do you decide? Like, do you guys work together on it or?
We do. But basically, we put a huge list out.
Okay.
You know, only the things that are really terrible don't make it on that list.
Yeah.
And then we throw it to the audience.
Amazing.
And then the audience votes. So we don't have to get blamed. You know, like right now, people are like, why is Stacey from Real Housewives of Potomac? She was, but you didn't vote for her. So
Yeah.
Right. Got
Yeah,
it.
there's actually, it's amazing how many things don't make it to it. We have 2 rounds of voting. So round 1 is an enormous ballot where there's all these things you can vote for. And then that will determine who is our 5 or 6. The reason why sometimes some of them have 6, some of them have 5. The Sixers are like, sometimes if there's one that's separated by like 100 votes, we're like, well, let's throw that one in there because it's just so fun. It's like, it's fun to include everything because it's basically an excuse to look back at the year and like laugh at all the ridiculous things that happen on Bravo.
I was like lolling as I was taking what is it? It's not a quiz. It's a
It feels like a quiz.
poll.
Yeah, it is like a quiz.
But I was stumped a couple times. It's hard to pick.
Yes.
Like the villains was very difficult because
Very.
I feel like the one I hate the most I should pick, but I don't want to give them a reward. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But is being picked the villain, is it an honor? I think it is.
I think it is.
I think it is.
I think sometimes, because there's also, we either have the worst or something like that, right? Do we still have that this time?
We definitely have the worst. Yes.
So like there's the villain, so you can be most villainous and still be fun. And then there's the worst, which you're just trash.
Okay, so let's do best villain. Let's kick it off with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Best villain, we have Jax Taylor, the valet, and everything he's ever been on.
And life.
John Jansen and Alexis Bellino. Tamara Judge, great, because she is a villain. But Tom Sandoval, duh. And then Whitney from Salt Lake, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yes.
When at first when I saw it, I thought, oh, is that like actual Housewife Salt Lake City? And then I realized that it was indeed her.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's the worst.
She is the worst.
She's pretty bad.
Like,
The hits.
Okay. So here's the thing is, I voted for John and Alexis because I fucking hate them and I never want to see their stupid fucking faces again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe they would have been the worst for me. Actually, maybe villain deserves to be somebody who because a villain is an important character.
It's very important.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard, I think, when you're judging a villain, because do you judge the person you hate the most, or do you judge the person who is like most entertaining as a villain? And I think you just have to follow your heart and like what feels like the right vote at the moment. So if John and Alexis feels right to you, then I support that. Yeah.
If it feels right. I mean, normally I think I would choose Tamara just because she's like kind of an epic cartoonish villain.
Yes.
But she wussed out this year. Towards the end, she was like, I'm going to be nice. And like she wasted that whole reunion being like, I'm a good person, bitch.
Well,
and
then
she was
also,
like, I'm slightly, I'm on the spectrum now, so you can't be mean to me. And then she dropped that because she got dragged so hard for that.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of sat there the rest of the time being like, I support you. I support you in everything, Shannon. And I was like, you dropped the ball. Like, stay at work.
I think that I would have to go for entertainment value. I mean, John and Alexis do straddle that line because Alexis is so awful that it's entertaining for me.
It is.
But I know I will give I'm going to give a Tamara villain vote because like she really was like horrific in many different ways.
You're an alcoholic. Screaming at somebody.
Shaming,
Oh my God.
Shaming someone who's trying to actually like grow and learn from their DUI.
Hitting my mom.
Literally.
Yeah. So I'm going to say Tamara.
Okay.
Let's do it, Tamara.
Fair enough. Okay, let's go to Best Bravo Show. We have Miami Housewives. We have Housewives of Orange County. We have Housewives of Salt Lake City, Summer House, and The Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you surprised by the Val?
First of all, I love The Valley. I know it's only in its first season, but listen, they have veterans. So they're like a step ahead of any other first-time show. And it was good. I also love Summer House. I just love it. Even when there's not like a ton of shit going on, I still adore it.
This past season was wonderful with Carl and Lindsay breaking up. It was riveting.
It was. I have to say that my vote is cast for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I mean, fucking bangers every season.
How can anybody beat that one?
Yeah, that's like that was just
so good. I thought OC would come in second for me, just because they just keep it going. I mean, it's so good. And even with the new cast members and Heather being so offended at every little thing, and Katie just trying so hard to fight and just kind of failing, and and Shannon's epic kind of return.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think a DUI has ever helped anybody as much as Shannon. Like, people love her more now.
Thank you, Alexis Bellino.
Yeah, thank you.
Backfire.
I think like Salt Lake City is just like it's undeniable.
Yeah.
But I think I'm with Ronnie. I think a second place. It's really hard. I mean, Summer House I could not get enough of what was going on there. I could not get enough of the Valley, but I think it's Orange County had a few episodes where I was like, I can't believe this is what's happening. Their entire trip to London when they were fighting and they were pulling up all this dirt that was so crazy. And I was like, this is insane what's happening.
The receipts they keep on each other. My God, I never want to text a friend for the rest of my life.
Ever.
Sometimes I do stop now when I'm about to write something and think, you know what?
What if?
They'll send this,
What if? Okay, Bravolebrity of the Year. We have Angie from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I love your Angie voice. It's like a robot. It's so good. And she's always been to me like a middle school child in a horrible play, like a local community theater production. And even with the scroll this year, I was like, here we fucking go again.
Yes.
And then she really just turned it around.
She did.
But that's why she's so good, you know. And the robot voice comes from her trying to remember her lines, and like she'll like do this and like roll her head, but it's at the wrong time, or she'll like have a thing planned to say, and she'll be like, "Oh, well, bitch, you better step off, or you're gonna get it." And then so it went from that to just kind of being a robot because it got.
Yeah, she just had like a really great season. Yeah.
So good. Okay, we also have Ariana Madix. Obviously, I feel like she will win, but personally, I don't think she should because I have other people that I want to win. Mary Cosby, I cannot believe these words are coming out of my mouth.
Mary Cosby has had a tremendous
What a
season.
crazy year, right?
Yeah.
We would
New.
Yeah.
I've always thought she was hilarious, but I never saw her showing up like she did this season.
Yeah. So good. So good. Yeah.
Phaedra Parks, The Traitors. So this is for anybody who's now watching Traitors last year.
Yes.
By the way, speaking of, do you think that recency, what's it called? Recency bias is like, do you see it play into the awards?
Oh, 100%.
Totally.
So like shows, and it's like in any awards season, because, you know, but for real though, shows, for instance, Orange County had an amazing season, but that was at the end of that was like over the summer. So people are just not remembering it as much. Like people don't remember scenes and people from it as
and by
much.
People, he means me. I mean, I don't remember anything.
I know.
I'm having to do stuff now. We do this like best scene, the clips from the best pictures or whatever. And so we reenact the scenes. And I'm like, what even happened on freaking Summer House? It's like, I don't know.
I know. Well, and Traitors is airing now, which is January. So Traitors is almost a year old.
Yes.
But Phaedra was so strong that she is in the top running.
I think if Traitors were not airing, I'm not sure Traitors would have done as well with the first round of voting.
Right.
But it's basically promoting itself right now.
We also have Shannon Medore, of course. I mean,
great season.
DUI and beloved by all.
Yes.
And I'm very biased to Paige DeSorbo. I fucking love Paige.
I love Paige.
You and I have like equal crushes on Paige.
Yes.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, Paige has had a really good year too. I mean, even the whole Craig breakup, she does have half the country, you know, probably sending her death threats for breaking up with the poor Craig.
I'm Team Paige on this one.
Me too.
You know, I think she's had a strong year, and just the way her and Hannah have really killed it in their podcast.
Amazing.
She's just so successful that
it's undeniable.
She's a true success story.
I'm really happy for both of them because I really enjoy both of them a lot.
Me
But
too.
I would give it to Shannon. I think Shannon earns it because, did you not go through all the nominees?
No.
I think Shannon earned it. It's been a long time, and I've loved her for a long time, but I feel like she's finally got so broken that she kind of reemerged as, I don't know, that she's still that kind of epic of a housewife is pretty incredible.
Oh.
She is a top tier housewife, but I don't think that she gets the credit of being a top tier housewife. I think
agree.
that like when people think of the top housewives, they will think of like obviously Lisa Vanderpump and Bethany and Nene and Teresa, and then Roni has like Dorinda and Luann and Ramona and Sonia and all them, and people go down the line. But like I think that people forget about Shannon Bedore, but I think she's actually at the elite tier.
I agree. Jackie Schimmel, Bitch Bible, she recently said, "Love her."
Yes.
She was like, "Don't sleep on Shannon Bedore. She's the best."
Yes.
Historically speaking.
Shannon
she really is.
But I think I think this was an Angie K season, and so
is that your pony?
I think that's I'm also like Mary Cosby. I'm torn. I think Angie K because she was so like Fringe last season. You know, she put on her big sunglasses, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, she's so thirsty, this person." And now look at her, like everyone loves her.
I know. Okay, most cringe. Roni. Period. LOL.
Period.
Okay.
Period. Dot.
Alexis Bellino, which is, I mean, just period also, but names herself Fun Lexi.
Yes.
Karen's DUI footage. I voted for that. It was so bad.
It was
really rough.
Oh my God. Okay. Also, Seth saying biatch at dinner.
Yes.
And Tamara announcing that she's on the spectrum.
I think it's
that
Tamara.
was so good.
I think
didn't cringe at all when she did that. I was like, of course she did.
Wait, what was the first one again?
Just Roni.
Oh, Roni. I think Roni is a big cringe.
I'll give it to Alexis because that was just really bad. I mean, Alexis still thinking that she is winning that whole war is so funny to me.
Also, I love this category. You guys, I screamed the worst. You guys, here's what it is. The economy politics, Larsa Pippen.
That's it. The 3 nominees.
I voted for Larsa.
Larsa.
It was like this. Is she that bad? And I was like, you have no idea.
I just read the headlines today. The headlines are particularly terrible today. And I was reading through them and I was like, yep, Larsa Pippen, though, still wins the category.
Larsa sucks the most.
Still wins it. Okay.
When we first started all this, we were doing a little video show called Housewives Hoedown, and we used to have things like little polls for ourselves. And he made one that was like, "Who's the worst?"
It was the economy or Larsa Pippen. So
it was like
it's so good.
Nazis. I mean, it was so it was so bad, and also it was like an edgier time, you know.
It's so good.
And she won, and someone was like, "Wow, worse than like Nazis."
Okay, biggest fail. LOL. I think you could have put her in the worst category, but I want Larsa to win it. Biggest fail, any announcement by Brittany from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yes.
I have an announcement. Guys.
My child answered my phone call. Or the best one, Jared made me his girlfriend in the Costco.
I liked when she was like, well, it wasn't an announcement. It was like a confession.
Yeah.
Jared and I have been intimate.
Yeah.
It's like, Brittany, shut the fuck up.
We know.
I've been honest about everything except this one thing. I've held back this. Jared and I are intimate.
Lala's final season finale rant.
Yeah, that was cringy.
Yeah. You know what? I have to.
Or fail. It was a. You liked it?
Okay. You
Wait,
did?
the one where she almost was like narrating the end?
Well, there was that, but it was kind of like the, like we put our lives out there and she doesn't,
That one.
Yeah, I'm like trying to kind of take Ariana down. Lala had a pretty cringe season the whole time.
It wasn't
because she was just mad because this girl became famous and Lala was so jealous. And we get it. We talk about how Lala is always missing her chance. You know, she wanted the wedding storyline. Other people got the wedding.
Yeah.
She wanted the baby storyline. Sheena beat her. Then they're not filming.
She wants the cheating. Yeah, she Randall cheats on her, but then Sandoval cheats even bigger on Ariana, and now she's pregnant again, and the show's not even going to be on the air. So,
pregnancy prank on Roni, the worst.
That's a fail.
Made me so angry.
Yeah.
I do love Rebecca, but that shit made me mad. Sandoval's redemption arc, which didn't exist, actually.
That was a fail.
They tried it, though.
Schwartz and Sandy's. Rest in peace.
All right.
And I'm resting it for Schwartzy. I do love him.
That was a decent restaurant, too. I went there the week that Scandal happened. I went right before that happened because it was after our last Crappies in L.A.
Yeah.
And it happened right after that. So I went there to check it out, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's sad.
I'm going to
It's a
say...
dumb idea. Dumb place to open.
I know.
Yeah, it's not the right place.
Across from Gelson's.
Yeah.
I know.
Like the people at UCB are not going to be paying $20 for a martini.
No.
I would say the biggest fail was the pregnancy prank on Roni. I think that really destroyed a lot of whatever faith was left from the audience. It was really destroyed by that.
I agree. Okay, best newbie. We've got Bose, who I thought was Boz forever, but it's Bose.
Bose is fantastic.
Bose is great. Yeah.
I love when she goes like this. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh. I think she might have the best noise of a housewife.
Yes.
Nene.
Best noise. Yeah.
What else did you do?
Yeah.
Ooh. Brittany, guys, how is she on the list?
Because we love a campy queen.
She's a disaster. Who doesn't love that?
Bronwyn, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She was at the beginning of the season my favorite, and I don't know now.
I think she'll win.
You do?
Yeah, the audience is just in that iconic mode where they're like, oh my God, icon. So I think she'll take it.
Todd's looking a little bit better with the reunion, but I do not like the way he speaks to her.
I don't either. And I think he's looking a little better, but it looks obviously like he cheated and now she's going to cover for him after she brought it up.
Yeah.
Totally.
But somehow he does look better because at least he looks like legit remorseful. He was about to cry. So I think people are like, oh my God, he's crying about cheating. I love him now. So it's like they got over the cheating because I saw some legit old man tears.
Listen, you don't have to like Bronwyn, but you have to respect that she came in and she was kind of the center of the season. I would say. I think she was the center of the season. And she stood on her points, and even though she was hypocritical on the second half and kind of lost her way, I think she still was so good.
Question: do you think it was intentional, or do you think it just happened to be? Or do you think she like came in
No, she did it. She did it herself. She came in there. She started fights with Lisa. She started fights with Heather. She had a main trip. She uninvited somebody. Then she had a breakdown on that trip where she started going for Lisa. And listen, Lisa's a villain. You know, she's one of the biggest villains on that show.
I
love Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa's great.
And she's one of those people who just can't explain herself because she gets so defensive and starts screaming. But I think Ron would set her up so bad this whole time. And Lisa should have a good, easy time articulating why, but she just can't do it. And so.
And when it makes her look like she's lying or whatever, but she's just not articulate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Jennifer Tilly, die for. Love the round.
I love how, who'd have ever thought Jennifer Tilly would be this loaded?
Like, I had no clue. Jesse Solomon, I actually liked that as a nominee a lot.
Yeah, you know, I would have liked someone, I do really like Stacey from Potomac, and I would have loved her to have been in the mix, but she wasn't in the mix. Jesse Solomon, I mean, I like Jesse. I do feel like this season we're gonna I feel like his douchebag season is like gonna happen. If it's not this season, it'll be next. But he has this big smile and he's hot.
Yep.
And he's like friendly and he's sweet, Jesse Solomon. But like we know the douchebag season is coming. West, you know what, West? He really messed up with that reunion because this was like this could have been a shoo-in for him. He didn't even get a nominee. He didn't even get to this round.
He is. I feel like he's like the second coming of Sandoval.
Yeah. Ronnie was on to him the entire time. I was like, I really like Wes. And Ronnie was like, don't trust him.
Douche. Yeah, I didn't trust his like teenage boy hair.
Yep. The broccoli hair?
Yes.
Yeah, I just saw it on the subway.
Don't trust it.
Can't trust it.
I'm going to go with Bose for this one. I love Bose. And she's doing the newbie thing exactly right. Like she's coming in, she's kind of watching.
Yep.
She's very direct about what she's thinking. She's not full of crap or kissing anybody's butt. So I like that.
Yep.
Bronwyn came in too hard for me, but I think she'll win. And when she wins, I'll think she deserves it. You know, I feel like she deserves it. I won't be mad that she wins.
My exact sentiments to a T. Yes.
Yeah, but I've got to go for Bronwyn. Like she's deeply entertaining.
She's unbelievable. Yeah. The season, I think that this season, because I was worried about last season, I was like, how are they going to top it?
I agree.
And I think Bronwyn did.
And actually what's good about Bronwyn is that she did not flame out. So Monica burned too bright and then flamed out. And then it was done. And so that was it. And the truth was that like we were all saying like, you got to bring Monica back.
Yes.
But I think we all know. I think for those of us who did say that, we all know Monica probably would have had a massive flop season. It would have been like a Brandy Glanville trajectory. And I think that Bronwyn comes in and like Bronwyn I think Bronwyn has legs to go many years. I think this is like a casting Dorinda in season 7 or so of Roni, where you just
God, you had me until you brought Dorinda in.
No, but meaning that like it's someone like later in the run who's like a really strong casting where you're like, oh, this is someone who's like fits right in, you know?
Yep. Okay. We have best quote. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Lisa Barlow. I can't even say what she said, but the way she said, but you do need Kerastase thermatique. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you do need Kerastase thermatique.
I don't think you have high body count hair, but you could use some Kerastase thermatique.
Did the partnership with them come before or after?
After, yeah.
And Brittany was trying to get it. Did you see that? She was like posting like she already had one. She was like, hashtag Kerastase. Yeah, they gave it to Lisa. And in the reunion, Lisa is just petting her hair.
Yeah.
It's so like long and glorious and silky smooth.
So good. Paige Sorbo, CEO and founder of What? That was epic.
That was very funny, and I was actually shocked by how many people like submitted that as a nomination. Because by the way, the first thing we do is we just message out on Instagram. We say like, tell us your favorite moments and everything, and then we got a lot for that.
Wow.
A lot of people voted for that, and sort of like on its surface, CEO and founder of What does not seem like a very funny quote, but like in the context of Danielle being like, as a CEO and as a founder, I'm not going to cry right now, and Paige just finally being like, CEO and founder of What? It was like, yes.
Angie K, high body count hair.
It's so
good. That whole bar mitzvah.
That was a classic.
Yeah,
every inch of it.
Yeah.
And everything took place. And like the fact that the entire episode took place there, like when those episodes come along in the Real Housewives world, they're so special.
Phaedra Parks, this is from the Traders. I do too much because you do too little.
It's like an iconic line.
It's so good. I got to sit next to her at Brian Kelly's 40th birthday party in Lisbon.
Oh, whoa.
I soaked that shit right up. That was when they were on the girls trip.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Monaco? Did I make that up?
Oh,
Not Monaco.
Morocco?
Correct, Morocco. Same.
Never get to see it.
Never get to see it.
I hope Brian flew you for free with all his miles that he's saved up.
Okay, sure.
Points guy.
Points guy.
I forget this one. Shannon Bedore. Oh, you're a TV star.
So that was during the reunion. Alexa Bellino was like, I was here. This was my job like 15 years ago. And she's like, oh, well, you're a TV star.
Oh, Mary Cosby about the fucking Audrey Hepburn bangs.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord she took them bangs with her. This is Audrey Hepburn, not the Flintstones. It was so good. Those bangs were fucking crazy. I didn't really even notice it until people started talking. And I was like, they're crazy.
Yeah,
that's probably the quote that, like, in isolation, in a vacuum, is probably the funniest, like, sentence.
Yes.
I would like to say justice for two quotes that didn't make it.
Okay.
The first is Kristen Doty on the Valley saying, "It's so hard to be an empath," which is like the funniest thing.
So Kristen.
And honestly, a quote that I love, which I knew would not get nominated because it comes from one of the most wretched people of the year. But when Alexis Bellino said, "There's the door, Shannon Bedore," I mean, I say that all the time.
I do too. I think that's one of the most iconic quotes.
Yeah, that should have been.
that
should have been nominated.
And she worked on it with John Jansen for sure. Johnny J.
It should have been up.
I liked Giselle Wish.
Oh, yeah.
You do love that. Do it. No, do it in its totality.
Is that the first one? Why can't
No.
it was
Naomi Wish, Giselle Wish. That quote.
Love that.
Oh, that quote. Unfortunately, I think that quote came out after the ballot started.
It did. It did.
Which is a shame.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Giselle
I mean, it was in the
Wish.
previews, but still.
But it was like, you need to have it like in the context of like in that episode. And
So
it's
good.
like that would 100%.
I also feel like when Uba said it on the Puerto Rico trip, she was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "I'm shaving Jenna's pussy." I feel like that kind of went unnoticed, and I was like, "That's fucking funny." I'm shaving Jenna's pussy. She's like, had it with Bryn at that dinner, going on the bus. I was like, "Oh my God, Uba!" Woo!
They made that whole thing about Jenna's vagina hair, being long and straight.
They just focus on that so much. Oh my goodness.
And there's honestly so many more categories, but sadly we don't have time to get to all of them. But
I understand.
You guys, it's just so good. Thank you for just making me LOL all year long and spreading joy. I really don't think you guys get it. I don't listen to podcasts because it really fucks me up. I listen every day to you guys. Every day I walk out of my door to do an errand, anything. You're in my ears, and I love you, and I listen to everything.
We love you so much.
I love you so much, and I can't even get my eyelashes like lengthened because I laugh so hard that like I fucked them up. It's so
the real victim.
It's
The real
so
victim
good.
are the eyelashes.
My poor eyelashes.
Taylor, we
Thanks,
love
Taylor.
I love you. Thank you
You're
so
the
much. I'm just checking it out. All right. Okay, guys, that's it for us. Where can everybody find you? And also, I know that the Golden Crappies is going to be available through streaming.
Yes, it's going to be on Kiswe. So go to watchforcrappens.com. There's a streaming link there. I think the site's like crappies.kiswe.com. But just go to watchforcrappens.com. The link will be there for 2 weeks after the show.
Yes.
It'll be really, really good. And and we're on Instagram and all that good stuff. Ronnie Karam, Ben Mandelker, Watch for Crappens, all 3 accounts. Give us a follow,
And listen, it's so good.
Yes, and listen to our podcasts, by the way.
Every single day.
Every day.
Yeah, every day.
And you have a Patreon.
And then we're on tour, so all the cities are there. We're in Salt Lake City and Denver probably this week, right?
Yeah, actually, when this airs, we're in Salt Lake City probably like right now.
Right now.
I'm jealous.
Tonight.
I'm jealous.
And Angie K is supposed to come to our show tonight.
I'm dead. She'll bring a scroll.
Yes.
She probably
She'll
will.
bring a prop for fucking sure. I put all my money on it.
She will bring the props. I hope she brings the ultimate prop, that hot husband.
Oh, God, please bring Sean.
In a circle jerk? Sorry.
Yes,
I couldn't resist.
yes.
I'm sorry.
No, like
Rectangle. What is it if you're just like this?
We could do
a rectangle
a solo
jerk?
act is fine. A circle rect.
I don't need a whole football team.
Oh, I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Love you, Tay.
You guys, that is it for us. Have a great rest of your day. Until tomorrow. Bye, girl. Bye.